help you start and grow your nonprofit. So far in this series, we have talked about starting, funding, legally managing, and just getting started with your nonprofit. But what happens after you have all the basics down? What is next? In this video, we're going to talk about scaling your nonprofit for long-term success. And if you're wondering, how do I expand my nonprofit programs? How do I get bigger donations and grants? How do I build a team and increase my impact? This is the video for you. Let's dive in. So, what does scaling your nonprofit mean? I think that is scary for a lot of people. They're like, I'm here, but I want to be here. How do I get here big? I wish I could hold a mountain up. Big. How do I get big? So, what does scaling nonprofit entail? Expanding into new locations, increasing funds for staff, launching new programs and services, partnering with corporations and other nonprofits. You can do that. Partnering with other nonprofits to, grow. And that's something that you definitely want to do. Before scaling, make sure that your nonprofit has a good foundation, good financial management, great financial management, solid leadership, and a clear vision. That mission statement. I keep bringing it back up because it's super important. You need a clear vision in order to be successful in a nonprofit. What does it take to have that, right? Building a strong team for growth. You want to make sure that you have a strong team for growth. When I say a strong team, you want to make sure that you have people on your team that allow you to support your mission and they'll help you carry your mission out. If you're doing it right, the inevitable is that your nonprofit is going to grow. So who should be on your nonprofit team? Who should be there? Executive director leads the organization. That's who that is. Board members oversees finances and governance. Program managers. If you have different programs in your city or in your state, you need program managers. Fundraising and development director. Someone that focuses strictly on fundraising and getting those funds to accomplish the dream, accomplish the goal. Do you have that? Marketing and outreach coordinator. How are you going to get the word out there? Do you have that person on your team that is able to successfully, with a track record, get the word out there? And the way you start this, as a beginner is have some passionate volunteers. And they may be able to turn into a full-time staff and be a part of your power team to get the vision done. So make sure that you have that strong team. You need that when you're going into nonprofit. Now, let's talk about increasing funding for growth. Getting more money for a nonprofit can sometimes be super duper scary, right? So once you have an established nonprofit, now it's time to apply for those larger grants. Or there be federal grants that are like multi-year, because they do have grants that have like 3 or 4 year terms, and those larger grants will allow you to accomplish your vision. Building relationships with major donors, right? So some people or some supporters can give $5,000, $10,000 or more to your cause. And once you have that, you want to make sure you maintain those positive relationships with those donors so they can continue to provide those funds to fund the vision or fund the passion project. Launching a corporate sponsorship program. That's a great one. Companies love to partner with nonprofits that align with their vision. You find a great company that is also supportive in your vision, that would be a beautiful partnership. So it's definitely something that you should look into, especially when you're trying to grow. That's one of the most amazing places to look into. The next one is hosting large-scale fundraising events. Galas, auctions, online fundraisers, drives, you know, things that bring in bigger donations. And by the way, some of the places to find those high dollar grants would be like candid.org and Grants.gov. Those are two of the places, and I will leave some links in the description so that you can go take a look at them, because they're out there, right? A lot of people think that it's not out there. The funding is actually out there. You just have to be diligent in looking and really say, this is my passion project. This is what I'm going to do. I am going to give. I'm going to be a world changer, and there are funds out there to help you be the world changer in your world. The world. Right? Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about is expanding the nonprofit programs and services. What does that look like for you? Right? For example, my nonprofit focuses on housing. One day I want to be able to help people with job training, financial literacy. I want to be able to do food drives. I want to be able to do clothing drives. But in order for me to do that, I have to start somewhere. So one day I'm going to be able to expand and do those things. I also don't want to just be in South Carolina. Maybe I'll be able to be in North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, the entire East Coast. Maybe I'll be across the entire United States. Who knows? But the goal is to, open up and be ready to expand and extend our reach to those who need us. Yeah. You want to serve the cities that need you. It's very important. Another thing about growing is partnerships with corporations and other nonprofits. And I want to break that down, because what does that mean, right? Companies donate money, services, and volunteers to nonprofits that they also align with the vision. So, for example, Wells Fargo donates to housing nonprofits. Maybe that's a route that I'll go. They also like to collaborate with different nonprofits. So, for example, I'm a housing nonprofit, right? Maybe I collaborate with a food bank so that people that also need housing, if they have a shortage of food, they can go to the food bank, and we can refer them to a food bank that's local in our area. Those partnerships with different nonprofits and different corporations will take you to the next level in your nonprofit. You don't want to disregard those, because they're important. Now, how do you measure your nonprofit's impact? You want to grow, right? But are you keeping track of what you've done so far? You're probably wondering, what should I measure? Like, what am I measuring in nonprofit? Number of people you service, success stories, testimonials. How are donations used? Is that growing over time, or is it stagnant? What are some of the tools that you can use to gauge this? Google Analytics, Salesforce Nonprofit Cloud. And I say Salesforce, I'm actually certified in Salesforce. Bloomberg has different reports on nonprofit, but Bloomerang, that's another way to track your nonprofits and reporting. I have some CRM tools that I want to share with you guys, but I really think that needs to be another video, because I want it to be extremely detailed. Customer relationship management tools that you can use to really track properly. I'm going to properly track everything. So, and I want to be able to share that. But if you really want it sooner than later, leave a comment and I will get working on it, because I think it's very important that you have the correct tools to be successful. So now we're at that part again. In every video, common mistakes to avoid. Ready? Growth is beautiful. Growth is painful. You want to avoid growing too fast. Make sure you have funding and team support to expand. It's beautiful that people are donating to you, to your cause. But when you're growing so fast that sometimes things fall through the cracks. And I'm not telling you to slow down. I'm just telling you to pay attention to your growth. We're going to talk about money again. Another mistake is not tracking finances properly. It's extremely important that you track nonprofit finances. You need to get a CPA once a year. Get somebody to look over your books to make sure everything is correct. Another thing that you don't want to avoid is ignoring donor relationships. Be grateful for every dollar that you have coming in, and keep communication with existing donors as you grow to let them know, hey, we appreciate you. Whether it be a penny or a billion, we appreciate it because you don't have to give it. Really, really grateful that you decided to give to us. Also, another mistake people make is spreading yourself out too thin. What does that mean? When you start a service or a program, before you launch a new one, make sure that one is fully established, fully staffed, fully functional. I understand you want to grow, but you don't want to grow into mess. You're going to grow with order. And the only way to do that is to make sure that you are organized, you are tracking everything, and once that project is successful and has the correct people to run that actual program or project, you can move on to the next thing. But don't overlap. It can become overwhelming. Don't do that. Just a few things. Growth is great, but the sustainability is better. You want long-term success. You don't want to be a fly-by-night nonprofit. You want something that is reputable, something that is beautiful, and something that actually creates change. So, in this video, we talked about this video. There are going to be little errors in my video. I'm not going to take them out. It is what it is. I am who I am. We're all human. It's okay. So, in this video, we talked about how to scale your nonprofit. You're probably wondering, you've talked about almost everything. What's next? Next, I'm going to teach you how to keep your nonprofit running for decades, to building strong leadership that will leave a lasting impact in the next video. I'll see you there. Thank you so much for rocking with me, staying with me. I'm so excited that you're on this journey and that you're allowing me to teach you things to help your nonprofit grow. Like I say always, like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell so that you can get notified when new videos drop. Thank you for following along with this series. Really appreciate you.